Greetings, people of the internet. I'm Scott with Serkworks Art Labs. Welcome back to the underground laboratory where we create robots, aliens, zombies, and other imminent threats to humanity. We are doing the 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge, where you spend 30 minutes a day at least working on your own personal comic book project. What is my personal comic book project, you ask? You didn't ask that, but I'm just pretending you asked, because you probably didn't ask because if you've been watching this, you know that I do this every time, so bear with me while I pitch my comic. It's this one, Young and the Dead. This is the current issue, issue number 3. There are 2 other issues available, as well as this one, on my website at serkworks.com. It's a kids versus zombies story. It's like Goonies meets Night of the Living Dead. If you like Goonies, if you like Monster Squad, if you like Stranger Things, it's like kind of like that. It's different. It's not exactly like that, but if you like that stuff, you'll probably like this too. Serkworks.com. That's the book. The pitch is over. Now we can go back to what this challenge is all about. So yeah, you spend 30 minutes a day working in your own personal comic book project. You do that for 100 days straight, and then you do a little video like this about it, or you could do a blog post, whatever you want to do it. I prefer the videos, and yeah, a lot of people are doing this. Very cool community we have here doing the 100 Days of Making Comics. So, but I'm sort of, you know, I've been doing this for a while. I'm no spring chicken to this thing. I've done it once before. This is my second round, by the way, of 100 Days of Making Comics, and we are getting pretty far along. Let's see. We are at day 84. Day 84. So what we do is we jot that down on this oversized pad of paper with a big fat Sharpie, just so we can keep track of where we are in the challenge. And so today I'm thinking, you know, something has crept up on me, and usually I don't allow this to happen, but yeah, with all the fuss about creating these videos and putting them out, I have a convention coming up, and I haven't done a whole lot of preparation. Now, I've done a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of conventions. I started off doing more conventions, and now I sort of tapered off because I don't know, conventions, and I've kind of expressed my feelings about this before, but it seems like they're kind of going in a different direction that may not actually jive with what I'm doing here in Serkworks Art Labs as far as creating original work, I think comic books are getting more and more away, or comic book conventions obviously are getting more and more away from comic books. So it's harder to sell like an original comic book at a convention. People go there mostly to see celebrities, get celebrity signings. They go there to buy fan art. I don't really do fan art so much. So I'm looking at other avenues, other ways to, you know, present my artwork and market my artwork, other kinds of conventions that maybe people are a little more keen on the idea of discovering new things rather than just, oh, that's my favorite character, I want that. Not, oh, what are some new characters out there that maybe I'm not familiar with that could be my next favorite character, you know. So that seems to be the way conventions are going. So I've scaled back pretty much. I'm still doing, like, I'm doing one show a year. Now I want to start doing more shows, but like I said, I got to find different shows, different kinds of shows, because the traditional ones, there's a lot of them I go to, and it's just, you know, I haven't lost money at a convention, which is good. A lot of people go there and they break even, and sometimes they break even, but a lot of people go there and they like lose money, which I never want to do. So I've kind of scaled back a little bit. I used to have the big booth. I'm going to try to go step it down a little bit and go with 2 tables and see how I do at that, because yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, because when I started, and I don't know if it's a time frame thing or whatever, when I started doing conventions, I started with just a single table, and I was doing really, really good. But again, I think people back then, they were interested in comic books at a comic book convention. What a crazy idea that is. But anyway, so I don't mean to sound too bitter, because, you know, if that's what people like and that's where things go, then, you know, I've got to change. I can't just sit here and complain about the way things are going. I have to change the way I do things. So that's what I'm trying to do. But I still want to kind of hang on to my local convention, Phoenix Comic Con, which is coming up in May. But I've got a lot of stuff that I've got to kind of get ready for. The good thing is I've done this enough that I've got quite a bit of inventory. I've already got some new prints that I've worked on, and last year I invested a lot in like display stands and things like that, and I'm going to do a little more with that, because I've got less space to deal with, but I've got the same amount of products. So I got to, you know, people just go up and up with these towers. I don't want to go crazy with that, but I want to find out interesting ways that I can, whether it's spinning racks or things like that, where I can have more product available. So that's the stuff I got to work on. This one's going to be, you know, the fact that it kind of, like I said, crept up on me, it's okay, because I'm going to be more lax about this one, because just my attitude in general to where conventions are going. I'm just going to do what I can, and everything's going to look good. I'm pretty good at, you know, creating a pretty decent presentation, so I'm not too worried about that. But there is still some stuff that I've got to get ready, so that's coming up. And I'm trying to think when this thing wraps up. I think the 100 days will wrap up before that convention goes, but I will definitely do other videos where I kind of show you what's going on with the convention and everything like that. So anyway, those are some thoughts on conventions. Do you guys still do conventions? How are they working out for you? I know a lot of you guys sell fan art, and that's gonna do pretty well. If you're a good artist and you're doing fan art now, if you're so-so, you could have a problem, because there's a lot of competition out there with other people doing fan art, and unfortunately, the nature of fan art means, you know, anyone can do it. It's not, these are characters that other people can do. It's not like you can go there and say, well, I'm the Harley Quinn guy, I'm the Deadpool guy, this is what I do, but there's 100 other Harley Quinn and 100 other Deadpool artists out there. So you're competing with that kind of stuff. So you got to kind of do something original, which is what I try to do with what I'm doing. And that's why I kind of moved away from the fan art, because I want to be known. I don't want people to buy stuff just because it is, you know, like I said, it's, you know, I like Green Lantern. That's why I'm buying this piece from you. I could care more or less. I mean, you're a good artist, but I could care. I really couldn't care that much about who you are. I care about this because it's my favorite character. All right. So anyway, I want to know what are your thoughts on conventions? Let me know in the comments section, and I will keep you up to date with what's going on as I work on getting stuff ready for this convention, whether it's part of this particular series, 100 Days of Making Comics, or it's something after as we get closer to that. But just stay tuned for that. Also stay tuned right up here to the paralleloscope. We're going to go here and find out what's going on with the comic book I'm working on, Young and the Dead. Let's find out. It's getting close to convention season, so I've got to get the stuff out for my booth. I'm working with a little different configuration this time, so I need to, you know, before it gets too close to the convention, I want to pull the stuff out, see what I got, kind of figure out how I want to set this thing up. But this stuff's been in storage for a while. It's in this sort of closet under the stairs, and no, Harry Potter doesn't live in there, but that's where all my stuff is. So let's go take a look. It's gonna be a disaster. I can warn you right now. All right, here we go. Let's see how bad this is. Oh boy. This is not gonna be easy. We got a lot of work ahead of us. Can you believe this? Boy. All right, let's get to it. I cleared out a bunch of stuff, so one of these days I gotta organize this a little better, but maybe when I put it all back. But I got all that stuff out of there. Look at this huge pile of Amazon boxes. So I saved these because I think I'm gonna maybe use them for shipping, but nothing really I ship is that size. Most of it's like flat and you know, or little tiny bow tie things. So I just don't think it makes sense to save these. Plus they got these Amazon stickers on them and you can't really pull them off, so I think I'm just gonna break them down. I'll save a few just in case. I've got some larger items like the messenger bags I need bigger boxes for, but I don't sell a whole lot of those, at least not yet. So yeah, I think we need to get rid of some of this stuff. So I spent a good long while breaking down all those boxes. Like I said, I saved a few, but I don't know why I hang on to that stuff. You know, the only time I ever use them is like around Christmas time where I need boxes and stuff, but between now and next Christmas, I will probably order a lot more stuff, and if I need to, I can keep some boxes. But some of them might just kind of flatten down and stuff. There were certain boxes, not necessarily Amazon boxes, but some other stuff that I just decided to keep because I know I can use that for shipping, like my bags and stuff like that. But anyway, that's that. This one's getting kind of long, but I did want to show some process because I didn't get to show any. I don't think I showed any yesterday. So here we're back on page 7 and just working in some gestures. I kind of like this panel because, and I don't know, you know, sometimes I do things that may be not the best thing to do as far as comic books. Like you'll see the character in the foreground where he's kind of cut. You just kind of see part of him. I like the way that looks. That may be something that some comic artists would tell you never to do or not to do, but I don't mind it so much. But I like the fact that you've got one character way in the foreground, almost so close that he's kind of cut off, and then on the other side you've got another group of characters, and then the background further away. To me, it just gives some nice, you know, perspective. It gives, you know, some depth and everything. So I kind of like the way this panel's working out, but it's always a little challenging to come up with poses and different poses. But that's what I'm kind of trying to figure out right now. But yeah, anyway, so this, I sped this up a little bit more than usual just because, you know, we're way over 10 minutes now, and I try to keep these around 10 minutes, but so that's the work I'm putting in the comic today. All right, we are back now. A 84 is going to get ripped up or crumbled up, and we're going to toss that in the garbage. We'll pull that off the pad of paper. See if we can make it as close to that trash can. It's getting pretty full, but we're gonna see if we can get it close. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow for day 85. That is all. Hey everyone, you've seen the process. Now you can check out the story. Issues 1 through 3 of Young and the Dead are available at my website at serkworks.com. Also follow me on social media at the links listed below. Subscribe and check out some of the other videos in the series. There's much more to come.